Shalom, call Lo Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors be unto the apostles and elders of great millstone. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Barakatam to the hopefully elect. Just back with a quick video on this article where it's titled UK police will enter private homes and break up Christmas gatherings if they violate lockdown rules. Right? Now, you may be wondering, or if you are wondering, a lot of times brothers, um, the elders that I watch, all right, they go into some of these articles, um, and a lot of these articles may not necessarily be taking place over here in America, but time in and time out is brought out. It's been brought out because we don't understand that what's going on in these countries, these other countries, is a beta test pretty much to what's going to take place over here in America. So through the spirit, get a little general sense of what's going to take place um, here in America. What's to come to the shores of America. All right, because we know that different civil war and race wars and all these little pretty much all hell is bound to take place. All right, the stage is being set, or is pretty much already set. All right, that fire is being kindled. All right, the people are becoming more and more restless, which in turn, it's going to cause all type of civil unrest. All right, and eventually it's going to get to the point where people are just, they're going to lose it and just say the hell with everything. They're just going to go all out, and that's when they're going to issue martial law. They're going to shut the cities down slowly but surely. They're talking about a second lockdown, which again, a lot of these like Germany and UK and other places, they're going back under lockdown. All right, and again, it's just you get a little general sense of what's to come here to America. So I just want to read this article. Again, the title says UK police will enter private homes and break up Christmas gatherings if they violate lockdown rules. UK law enforcement officials plan on entering homes to break up Christmas gatherings if occupants break any COVID-19 lockdown rules, according to The Sun. Now, you even had a lot of that taking place during the first lockdown here in America, right? People, and it was mostly Jakes, of course, but you had a lot of people, gathering and having parties. Some even went as far as to have COVID parties to see who catches the COVID first, right? And again, of course, no surprise, it was mostly Jake, but for the most part, because these Americans, man, these Babylonians, they're prideful as hell, and they don't give a damn. You can't tell these Babylonians anything. All right. It says a cabinet minister recently announced that it's possible that the government will be forced to severely restrict in-home gatherings and household mixing to mitigate the impact of COVID-19 during colder months. It says David Jameson, West Midlands Police and Crime Commissioner, said that his officers will certainly investigate whether citizens are breaking lockdown measures during the upcoming holiday season. In remarks to The Telegraph, Jameson said, if we think there's large groups of people gathering where they shouldn't be, then police will have to intervene. If, again, there's flagrant breaking of the rules, then the police would have to enforce. It's not the police job to stop people enjoying their Christmas. However, we are there to enforce the rules that the government makes that the government makes. And if the government makes those rules, then the government has to explain that to the public. Second Ezra 15 has been coming out a lot recently. All right, and on another note, if you wonder why, again, brothers, constantly going into the second Esdras 15 and 16 is because we're living in those times. Those precepts, they're playing out, pretty much playing out right, right now, as we speak. Because again, the government's making all these rules and tightening the screws on the society, which again is going to make people become restless, and this is why they're going to take matters into their own hands and uprisings against the governments and things of that nature. All right, which I'm gonna get, of course. It says Jameson also warned that people are reaching a boiling point when it comes to COVID-19 lockdowns and restrictions. So you see, because people are they're getting fed up. All right, people are still screaming, the constitutional rights, right? Which people they're gonna find out soon that those so-called constitutional rights were never for them in the first place, and especially Jake. All right, but you could just see it. People are at a boiling point, man. Like I said, during the first lockdown, all right, you had people just openly and blatantly, gathering, having these large gatherings and parties and things of that nature, right? It says, we're sitting on a time bomb here, he said. We're getting very near the stage where you could see a considerable explosion of frustration and energy. Civil unrest, all right? Things are very on the edge in a lot of communities, and it wouldn't take very much to spark off unrest, riots, damage, which is already taking place now, all right? Again, the fire has been set. It's kindled already, all right? And it's not going to be blown out until Yahushua shows up, all right, and peace and righteousness is established on the earth, all right. Pay attention to what's going over there in Philadelphia, all right, in Philly, all right. The people are uproaring and going crazy over there. And again, best believe this stuff is going to spread throughout, all right. Especially now, we're pretty much the elections. They're less than a week away. All right, you're about to have some. It's about to be all hell. It's about to break loose over here in America. All right, again, all this stuff is gonna come to come over here to the shores of America. All right, forcing people out their homes and rounding up anti-vaxxers and pretty much people speaking against the government and speaking up against these things. Just any excuse Esau can pull out of his sleeve, he's going to do it. All right. And again, because also on another note, they want this to happen because they want to bring martial law in. All right. The order out of chaos. They create the chaos so they can, that justifies them in establishing order. All right. Where was I at? The Sun also reported that Jane Kennedy, who is police and crime minister commissioner in Maryside, said that she will also enforce a potential crackdown on illegal gatherings over the coming holidays if necessary. And so this is a female. So I often say this to individuals, man. Anytime you have a woman that's set up in a position, she has a platform where she's pretty much in power, all right. I mean, nothing comes out of that but chaos and confusion, all right, because women, they don't know how to judge accordingly. They don't know how to judge righteous, make righteous judgment, all right, because they run off their emotions, but nevertheless, different topic. So it says Environment Secretary George Eustace, according to The Guardian, said that it was too early to outline exactly what restrictions would be in place over the festival season, and said that families would be banned from coming together in large gatherings if necessary. Now, I forgot the term that it's called, but because again, dealing with these Babylonians, all right, touching on these Babylonians, like I said, they're prideful as hell, and they put this stuff out there early, just to to put the people in the mindset. Because if you tell someone, especially these Babylonians. If you tell them they can't do something, that's just gonna make them want to do it. And I forgot the term for it, but because again, all this stuff is strategically set up. All right, it's strategically planned out by the elites. All right. So I'm not gonna read all that. It says the outlet projected that more than 8 million people across England will be impacted by the most strict of the tiers mentioned above by the week's end. Eustace told LBC Radio that while UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson is an advocate of having somewhat normal holidays, he is prepared to utilize all steps to cut down on virus transmission. We want people to live and have Christmas as close as possible to normal. He insisted it's a really important family time. We understand that. The Prime Minister said he wants us to be able to enjoy Christmas and for families to be able to come together. It's too early to say, though, exactly what restrictions will be in place by Christmas. And obviously, if we do need to have restrictions in place and prevent families from coming together in large gatherings, if that's necessary to control the virus, that's what we'll have to do, he added. Eustace insisted that the winter holidays could, at any rate, be significantly different due to the coronavirus pandemic when compared with previous years. All right, so pretty much, again, because it's stated in this article that people are pretty much at a boiling point. They're tired of all these restrictions and people's rights being taken away. Or I should say, quote unquote, rights being taken away. Tired of wearing these. Well, some people are tired of wearing these stupid masks and pretty much being told what to do. People are tired of being told what to do. All right, and that's kind of what I want to touch on. I got just a few precepts lined up. Dealing with the civil unrest that's going to take place because again, Esau, Edom, they want the people to lash out, because it justifies them bringing in the military, these different troops and whatnot, right? And again, when those troops come in, man, they're gonna be, heartless individuals, man. They're gonna be robots. They're gonna be like robots, just following orders, man. And again, once they start touching America, man, they're not gonna be sparing. Sparing these people, especially you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. All right. So the slaughter is being prepared, man. The great slaughter is being prepared. The sword is being sharpened. All right. Things are ramping up, and Esau is tightening the screws on the society. All right. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. Just a few precepts lined up. The first one is actually it's an apocrypha. Second Ezra 15, 15 and 15, starting at verse 15. Second Ezra 15, starting at verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Now, again, time in and time out, been bringing these the same precepts out. All right. Because again, these are the times that we're living in. All right. So these prophecies, man, they're surely they're coming off the book, man. All right. But nevertheless, all right, the sword, pretty much any instrument that can be used for harming another individual or killing, pretty much. All right. But more so, the modern day gun. All right. Because again, people are gearing up. The tensions in the air. People know that something's gonna pop off, especially again with these elections. All right. Either way it goes, it's something. Whoever wins, either way, man, something's gonna go down. All right. Like I said, we can pay attention to what's going on in Philly now. Philly's pretty much up in flames now. All right, and again, that stuff is going to spread like wildfire throughout all 50 states. All right, and you're going to have these different class wars and race wars, and it's just going to be all mayhem. Right. Verse 16, it says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power." Yeah, because here it is, the government, all right, just like over there in the UK, they're giving out, making all these rules and regulations. But the people are finding out that the government is, because it's, they set up to, or supposed to be set up to govern the people, but comes to find out they were never really for the people. And they were in there to fill their own will and fill their own bellies, their own agendas, so on and so forth. And again, the people are starting to wake up to the fact, and this is why people are going to start rising up against the government. You're going to very soon you're going to have these people, these politicians, local politicians, and all these people in office. All right, they're going to start getting kidnapped and being held for ransom. All right, some of these people, their family's going to get kidnapped, and it's just it's going to be all hell. All right. Verse 17, it says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." Yeah, because again, the people are going to eventually they're going to become so things are going to get so chaotic, they're going to shut the cities down. And when I read this precept, I often think about the scene from, I forgot which Batman movie it was. I believe it was the Dark Knight, maybe, or the last one with Bane. I think it was the one. I'm not sure 100%. But one of those the trilogy with Christian Bale. In one of those movies, all right, they were blowing up bridges and closing down cities and things of that nature. That's what's going to take place. They're going to be blowing up certain infrastructures and certain buildings and blowing up bridges and stuff like that. And eventually, it's going to be full blown martial law. You're not going to be able to travel to, certain cities. You're not going to be able to go about freely. All right. It says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." Yeah, because scriptures talk about pretty much when you're in pretty much peace and safety, then sudden destruction. All right, because just because you're sitting at the comforts of your home doesn't mean that judgment can't touch you. All right. And again, things are about to get, people are used to being comfortable, especially these Babylonians, right? And again, like I said, the pride of these Babylonians, you can't tell them nothing, man. This is a prideful, this is a place of none but just prideful ass people, all right? And again, as the scripture just said, because of the pride, these cities, man, they're in trouble, all right? Because again, this place is going to start getting touched. Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to start touching this place, or he's going to start visiting this place, all right? And visiting certain individuals and certain people, certain families, right? These Babylonians, man, they're in for a rude awakening. All right, because again, when they send them troops in, man, and it's full blown martial law, man, they're going to be coming to house to house, door to door, and rounding people up and hauling them off to concentration camps and doing all type of stuff. All right, they got the red lists and blue lists, and certain people, they're going to be executed on the spot. It's going to be all bad out here, man. And again, this is why people, man, they're like I said, going back to these different wars are going to start taking place, because eventually, all right, again, using Philly again, or I think it was Philly, how they pretty much, you had Jake, of course, it's always Jake, pretty much run, all these cops off the block, right? But best believe, man, when these troops start coming in and it's the real deal, best believe, man, they're going to start shooting Jake down. They're going to maul him down like nothing. They're not going to give two shits in the world, because like I said, they're going to be like these troops, man, they're going to be like military, they're going to be like robots, just executing their orders, following orders. All right, and a lot of Jake men, they're just gonna be slaughtered, and there's not gonna be no one there to comfort them, or a pitiful case, man. People are just gonna be a pitiful case, because the scriptures talk about how it's just gonna be heaps of bodies, man, just piles of bodies. People are just gonna be dying at a rapid rate, you know. And like I said, these people, man, they're not gonna give two shits in the world. Them troops, man, they're not gonna give two shits in the world. They're gonna be cold and heartless, because that's what the Lord said, man. Pretty much, he was gonna give Jake over to cruel people, man, a people without mercy, because ultimately that's the wrath of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. The spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to be on those martial law troops. All right. Verse 19, it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So, because these things, man, they're going to be happening simultaneously, all at once. You're going to have famine. All right. You're going to have demonic spirits and animals let loose, and, just all type of stuff. All right. So, friends, they're going to become foes. All right, because things are going to get so bad out here, and due to the fact that they're going to shut these cities down, supplies are not going to be coming in. So, eventually the supplies are going to run out. So people are going to start robbing the next man for what he's got, right? Again, perilous times, as the scriptures say. Perilous times, which means dangerous, man. Dangerous times we're coming into, all right? The heart of many shall wax cold, all right? People are going to be, it's going to be a dog world out here, and people, they're only going to care about themselves in that day. All right, I'm gonna jump down to 49. It says, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. Yeah, because again, just because you're in the confines of your home, and the comforts of your home, that doesn't mean you can't get touched. All right. Yeah, because again, best believe, man, these troops, man, these military cats, they're gonna be busting through doors, man, and again, rounding people up. All right, they're gonna be raping your women in front of you, and children. All right, in the home, they're gonna be executing you in your home. Just all bad, man. Again, they're not, these cats, these devils, man, they're not gonna be sparing anyone or anything. All right. It's bad enough they have it because of these Americans. They're so prideful. These Americans, they're so prideful. These other foreign countries, man, they look down upon these Americans. They already have a bitter hatred for these Americans. So, that's just more fuel to the fire in itself. All right. From there, I'm gonna go to second Ezra 16. And I'm start at verse 70. It says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, so again, because very soon, in the very near future, all right, you might just wake up one morning and you're gonna have armored tanks just patrolling down the street, up and down the streets. Military Humvee vehicles. Military soldiers, female soldiers, UN soldiers, Gurkha troops, just all, just military all throughout. All right, and when I think about this precept, I think about that movie, the scene from what's that movie? Red Dawn, right? When you had the different foreign troops, just planes over skies, in the skies and the heavens, and you got the foreign troops just jumping out of the planes and just rounding people up. Because again, this is what's coming to America. All right, like I said, America is going to start getting touched. All right, and ultimately, that's Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because this place is prideful, man, and it's long overdue for judgment. Time in and time out. Bring that. Bringing this stuff out. Verse 71, it says, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Yeah, because ultimately, they want to they're looking for the prophets. All right, they're trying to shut the prophets up, ultimately. So again, this is why they want all hell to break loose, so they could justify them bringing in institute martial law and bringing these troops in. All right, because like I said, with this the case in I believe it was Philly, where they had those Jakes run the cops off the block, all right, they're allowing this stuff to happen. When you see stuff about when you see stuff like, how these jakes are tearing up police precincts and stuff like that, and um breaking down these police vehicles and stuff like that, they're allowing that stuff to happen because you dumb simple-minded jakes don't understand. You're Esau's allowing that stuff to happen so he can justify in what he's about to do. All right, because again, best believe, man, like the scriptures say, these cats, they're gonna be like madmen. They're not gonna be sparing nothing, except if you have to, except if you're under the protection and the hedge of Yahweh Shem Shai, you're gonna be all right. But for the most part, all right, 2/3, man, that's a great multitude. That's a lot of people, man. You know, verse 72 says, "For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses." So yeah, again, you just picture different movie scenes. Look up different movie scenes dealing with martial law, how they were taking people out of their homes, butt ass naked, 4 o'clock in the morning, shivering and whatnot. Or you had this guy Joe Biden talking about how we are entering into the dark winter, all right? And he said it repeatedly. We're entering into a dark winter, dark winter, dark winter. Now you better look up the Operation Dark Winter. That there was a event that took place, or exercise that took place around 2001, if I'm not mistaken. All right, that's what's coming. This is because it wasn't just Joe Biden. It was other of these top experts and whatnot. They were talking. There's been talk about the how this is pretty much going to be like a cold winter, man. This is going to be a harsh winter. This is the flu season, right? People are more susceptible to catching diseases and things of that nature. Again, no coincidence we're going back under a second lockdown. All right, this stuff is playing out right before our very eyes, man. And Jake's still taking these things for granted, but hey, man, nevertheless, again, if you don't fall under the protection of Yahweh Shem Shai, then I mean, you're not gonna make it, man. So 2 more precepts. Next one I'm gonna get in Isaiah 5 and 9. Come on now, Isaiah 5 and 9. Isaiah 5 and 9. It says, "In mine ears said Yahweh of hosts, of a truth, many houses shall be desolate, even great and fair without inhabitant." Yeah, because again, people are going to be getting kidnapped out of their homes. All right, homes are going to get ransacked. All right, these troops, man, they're going to be kicking doors in, man, and rounding people and hauling them off. What more needs to be said about the subject of the matter? Like I said, we keep bringing this stuff in, bringing this information out time in and time out. So again, I forgot where it was, but they're pretty much, I believe it was Texas, if I'm not mistaken. Texas is talking about dispatching. It was either FEMA troops or the National Guard, I believe, the National Guard, as well as other places, to gear up for the potential chaos and mayhem that's going to take place during the elections. Because again, the tension's in the air, and everyone and their mama knows that something's gonna pop off. Something's gonna pop off during these elections. All right, and and that can go in many ways. You can have an EMP attack. Anything can happen. But we're expecting we're expecting that event. The event to pretty much catapult everything, to the domino effect of everything. You know what I'm saying? We're looking out and expecting something to happen that's gonna pretty much set it off, and all hell is gonna really break loose. All right, because again, what you've seen thus far, that's nothing compared to what you've seen or what's gonna happen, what's gonna take place. Everything that's happened this year thus far, man, it's nothing. All right, this was supposed to be the time that you look around and it's like this is supposed to be the Slakia, with everything that took place thus far, this was supposed to be, you're supposed to look at that and be like, damn, this is definitely a higher power, and this was supposed to be the opportunity, to get yourself together and get it right, and change and make amends, and just try to get right with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. But with that, people they to continue to live it up and do whatever the hell they wanted. So, hey, you're gonna fall under these said judgments. All right, you're gonna get caught out there without that hedge of protection. And no one's gonna be able to lament for you or anything. All right. So last precept, Jeremiah 18 and 22. Jeremiah 18 and 22. Jeremiah 18 and 22. It says, "Let a cry be heard from their houses." Right, because again, one morning you might just wake up, man, and you're gonna see just military Humvees and tanks rolling up and down the street, rounding people up. People are gonna be getting rounded up in these armor-pierced these cargo vans or whatever the case may be. All right, and again, people are gonna be wailing and crying. People are gonna be they're not gonna have the slightest idea of what's going on, right? It says, "When thou shalt bring a troop suddenly upon them." Yeah, because again, just because you're sitting in the comforts of your home, you don't think that you could be touched. Well, if you think that way, you better get that out of your mental ASAP. All right, because like I said, like I quoted, all right, just when the people are thinking peace and safety, sudden destruction comes. All right, and again, that day is going to catch you as a thief in the night. All right. So to finish out, it says, "For they have digged a pit to take me and hid snares for my feet." All right, so you see, man. So yeah, just like it. So yeah, man. This stuff, man, it's bound to take place, man. Because for me personally, man, I'm because like I said, this can play out in a number of ways, man. But nevertheless, I'm expecting, troops to come busting through my door 4 o'clock in the morning and round me and my family up. I'm expecting the worst. So again, this is why you're supposed to be meditating on these things and just hoping and praying that you're of that hopeful elect, so that in that day you'll be good. Hopefully, so that was it on that. Hopefully this was edifying, and once again, I'm gonna give all credit to Yahweh Bashem Yoshai. Double honors be unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And until next time, Shalom.